with which Mahmoud did that pronouncement, I can tell you, it was written in blood of those innocent people. Plain white sheet, with written in red with the blood of those innocent people. They will surely pay for it. If not now, definitely tomorrow. But talking about government compensating them, no, not in today's Nigeria.
So they lost their life fighting for the nation.
They lost their life fighting for the nation, just like some innocent soldiers have also lost their lives fighting banditry, fighting other form of criminality in this country. You understand? People have made a lot of sacrifice. People who believe in this Nigeria, who believe in the unity of this country, who believe in tomorrow of Nigeria, have lost, their lives. Yet the system does not care for them. It's heartbreaking.
This is too sad.
Honestly.
This is too sad. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know what to say again. Now, Honorable, my next question is, the governorship election is around the corner.
Yeah.
That should be 11th,
Yes.
including other ones. What advice do you have for the people? Do you still advise them to come out in masses and vote? With their vote still counts in this governorship election? Coupled, why I'm asking this question is based on the experience they just encountered last week.
Yeah, I got your question. You see, that made me to recollect what the mandate have just declared the winner of the presidential election, which is Ahmed Tinubu. In most of his campaigns, he told us that he is smarter than we are. That is, that he is smarter than more than over 200 million Nigerians. And we have seen the outplay of that his word, that he is smarter. So I think Nigerians now, those who are also in the political class, and now most of them will put up their own thinking cap and come up with their own smartness too. You understand? And what we are going to experience on the 11th of March, which is this month, 2023, is maybe a little genuine vote, but higher degree of smartness.
You still don't trust the
No. The smartest person now takes it. That's just the thing. Not the smartest person.
Not the most qualified.
No, not the most qualified, or the person that highest number of votes. The thing now is that is allocation of votes. So if you are very smart, you can negotiate your way better. Then INEC will allocate a number of votes. So that's just the way it is now. It's allocation of votes. The more you can, if you have the power of negotiation. So that's just the thing. We have also seen what has Nigerians not suffered, towards the build-up of this 2023 election. They came with Naira redesign. They told us that it was meant to bring everybody across so that there will be no votes buying. We didn't know. They asked us that they told us that we will now do kind of what did they call it, cashless policy. Where you now have to do or use other means of transaction electronically and other. We didn't know that they did it to frustrate Nigerians economically and then to empower INEC, especially Mahmoud, so that Nigerians cannot challenge it. So as it is now, is the smartest political party, the smartest candidate wins this 11th of March election across the states.
All right, Honorable, and please, I want to talk about the issue of this cashless policy. I don't know whether you have observed, because I know it's affecting everyone, both Dick and Harry. Now, this cashless policy now, do you think there is a remedy for it? Do you think that this suffering people are passing through will still come and go? Because I have noticed, I've observed people are lamenting, people are crying that there is no money in circulation, and which is true. I went to bank this morning, my number was 363. On reaching there, they gave me a small book that's my number, I have to wait. I waited about 2 to 3 hours. The security man now came out and said, if you are here to take money, there is no money. After waiting about 3 hours to at least take maybe 10,000 or 20,000, the least they can give. Now the security personnel came out and said, there is no money. If you're on the queue waiting for your turn to reach so that you take your money, you better leave. There is no money unless you have any other transaction to do.
You want it in the bag.
Then you can wait. Now in a situation whereby you don't have means of paying to POS to take your money, what advice do you have for the people? Because I've noticed that some sellers in the market are no longer accepting transfer.
Because sometimes they transfer hand. The network is not efficient. So, the thing is, that's why, can you imagine the number of people that have died as a result of this cashless policy?
Honestly.
Then the hospitals are not also willing to accept, most hospitals, the cash transfer. You understand? People can't access food to eat because the woman that sells okra or vegetable there, you want to buy palm oil of 50 naira or 200 naira. Are you going to transfer 200 naira?
Definitely not.
People now trek distance areas, covering so many kilometers because they cannot even afford to pay a tricycle person. So the thing is, they keep on impoverishing Nigerians, keep on punishing us, keep subjecting us. You understand? Yes. To slavery. This is pure slavery. This is pure. Even the colonial mentality is even better. The colonial era is even better than what Nigerians are going through now, and it is deliberate. They are doing it so that they planned this rigging ahead of time. So they now introduce this cashless policy to use it to frustrate Nigerians so that you cannot revote. Okay. If you are hungry, you cannot revote. This is technically what it means. If you are hungry, you cannot revote. You cannot revote. You cannot fight. You are demobilized. You can't move from 1 kilometer to the next kilometer.
Honestly.
You are kept at a spot while they are manipulating us.
Yes.
It's so unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Just very few out of over 200 million population of a nation, these people, these manipulators are less than 20,000. Yet they are holding Nigerians hostage. They are worse than bandits.
All right, Honorable, you have really done justice to every question I asked you, and I really appreciate. Now, I want to know, what advice do you have for the masses? What advice, what kind of motivation do you have to give them pertaining the forthcoming election, pertaining their individual lives, their careers, their business? What do you have for them out there?
Yeah, my advice is I would like to ask Nigerians not to get frustrated up to the point of taking to criminality or taking to arms. They should express their anger legally and legitimately. And then Nigerians know how to adapt. We're already beginning to adapt to the situation, but honestly, it's not a laughing matter anyway. But another thing is we continue to pray.
Okay.
We continue to pray. I believe we have a God that answers prayers.
Yes, there is.
He might not answer it today, Thursday, but before Friday, Saturday, Sunday, definitely He will answer. And I also keep telling people, God does not come late.
Yes.
Whenever He comes, that's when the party begins.
Yes.
And once God comes, I will tell you that these people that are doing this evil to Nigerians will not be seen at that party hall. They won't be there. They will not be found there. That's my confidence. Yesterday, it used to be when it was during the military era. Everybody that has a child of young adult age, we want him to go to military school, to cadets and all that, to become, hoping that they will become military administrator tomorrow, or a minister or whatever. Nigerians kept praying and kept praying and kept praying. One day God answered. Now, military administration is now a history in Nigeria. The same way these corrupt politicians who are rapists of our democracy are now doing it, and they are priding on it. When God will answer, all of them will go down the drain. I can assure you that. Let Nigerians keep faith.
All right, wonderful viewers, wonderful Nigerians, wonderful Abians. You have heard him, and I'm also encouraging everyone. Let's have a high hope. Let's keep doing our daily activities, our normal business, please. Even the forthcoming election, I urge us not to feel discouraged. Notwithstanding what we are passing through, notwithstanding what we are facing or the challenges that we have encountered so far. Please, this forthcoming election, I plead and I urge us all to go out in masses, cast your votes, exercise your franchise, exercise your fundamental human rights. Everything will fall into places. Even if we get the state right, at least we should all be happy and live better. Please. And I also pray and I also know that God will answer us.
Sure.
He's also in the business of doing miracles.
Yes, sir.
I know and I believe.
Yes, sir.
Please, let's keep our hope high.
Yes.
So we come again next week. I still remember my humble self, Jane Okechukwu. Thank you for staying with us to the end of the program. Bye-bye for now. Thank you, viewers.